I don't think there's any doubt that the star of the show so far at Thunder Over Michigan has been this MiG-23 Flogger. Now, this is one of very few MiG-23 Floggers flying in the West. It's a privately owned aircraft, and we learned a great deal about the aircraft last night from the flight crew that's actually operating and maintaining the aircraft here at Thunder Over Michigan. So first of all, this is the first year that this MiG-23 has appeared at air shows, and I'm here to tell you it is beautifully maintained. They've taken incredible care of it. We got a peek inside the cockpit. That looks great. The flight crews are amazing. And the single maintenance guy that's been taking care of this aircraft has done an absolutely incredible job. That's not easy on an aircraft like this. Now, some of the things that we learned about the MiG-23 when we were here yesterday asking questions about the aircraft were that the aircraft first flew in 1967, and it was adopted into service by the Soviet Union in 1970. This version of the MiG-23, which is called the MiG-23, was predominantly a point interceptor. It has variable geometry swept wings, and its top speed is in excess of Mach 2. So you can kind of think of the MiG-23 as a Soviet-era F-14 Tomcat. It's an interceptor, it's radar-equipped, and it has variable geometry swept wings. Even more interesting about these variable geometry swept wings is based on what the pilots told us last night. The variable geometry swept wings are partially automatically actuated. So as the aircraft moves through its flight envelope at different speeds, the wings sweep to the rear or move to the front at lower speeds. Now, different than the F-14 Tomcat, this has one vertical stabilizer, one rudder, and one engine. There's another version of the MiG-23 that's called the MiG-27 Flogger D. You might be familiar with that. That's the ground attack version of the MiG-23. This is the interceptor version. But this thing is so beautifully maintained, and it put on a great demonstration yesterday where we got to see it fly with the wings in the rearward position and the wings in the forward swept position that generates a little bit more lift. It's a fascinating aircraft. It's super interesting to walk around, even more interesting to talk to the flight crew. So it's really been a treat to see this beautiful MiG-23 Flogger here at Thunder Over Michigan.